Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I am Gary, your host, and this is my first video being shot with my new phone. So let's see how it works. And this is also an impromptu video. And I thought I've showed you recently some of the books from my bathroom bookshelf, and I was going to show you some more. Then I had another dozen or so. I'm going to start with this graphic novel. Now, I've showed you this before, along with when I did an episode on these characters, which I did covered the floppy comic book, but I did show this. This is Witch, and the words come from Will, Irma, Terani, Cornelia, and Hey Lynn. Witch. These are the characters here. Now, this was for a while, especially in Europe, a contracted Disney production, and I guess there was an animated series as well. But the creators, and they don't give the names of the actual creators here, and I've forgotten who it was, parted ways afterwards. Finished the run, which run that has some really nice artwork in here, and a lot of fun. Of course, it is a young person's graphic novel, but it is still good fun. The main characters are about 13, 14-year-old girls suddenly find they have witchy powers. And it is fun reading. Then, here, Archie. This is Camp Tales. And this is a graphic novel from, well, not a graphic novel, it's a graphic album. And it's larger than a regular digest sized, but as you can see, but smaller than a regular comic format. And this has several stories, reprinting several stories, and it is a cardstock cover of several stories from Archie of summer camp, all kinds of summer camp stories. And it is also a lot of fun, and I might sometime cover one or more of the stories in there. We'll see. Then, actually, I've actually showed you this before too, when I was doing the DC Digest comics that I've got. Of course, this is DC comics, Jonah Hex and Other Westerns, reprinting. This is from, what was it, 81, 82? I've forgotten what year. 1980, reprinting a bunch of westerns, primarily Jonah Hex. Has from earlier in the 70s, including some Dick Ayers doing the Scalp Hunter, and it's good reading. Here is some Tony Designick. There's some really nice Jonah Hex stuff. I just love that. And then I also showed you this one before with the DC comic, Superman's Pal Jimmy Olsen Digest. This is from probably 78, 79. And I can't see. Doesn't matter. It's around in there. Reprinting old Jimmy Olsen. The back cover gives you some ideas of what's on in there. But here you can see Jimmy Olsen on the cover in Superman suit. So it's mostly Jimmy Olsen. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's super lad. Jimmy Olsen's wild, crazy adventures. And here we have actually a graphic novel. It's not a graphic novel. This is Uncanny Tales from Eighth Wonder Press. Produced locally here in Denver. It is an anthology of a variety of stories with different from local creators here. Eighth Wonder Press, and it can probably be found. And it is not print on demand. So, see, I've mentioned I did an episode on Dan Connor, and here's one of his stories in there. So it's most of these people have deal with small press and self-published mini comics. So here's some really nice artwork and a variety of things of fantasy, science fiction, and other stuff. And here we go. Superheroes battle super gorillas. This is DC Special Presents number 16. And this was from what year? 77? 75. 1975. I used this once when I covered this Flash story versus Gorilla Grodd. And that's Flash. And here's Wonder Woman against some gorillas. Of course, Superman and the giant gorilla, Titano. I want to cover that sometime. And Batman, the Beast, fights the Beast Bomb, the gorilla with a bomb on. I remember I had the original comic. I don't have it anymore. I had the original comic that was published in, and I loved that story because I loved the apes and stuff. And here it is, right here. This is what as a kid most impressed me and what I remembered when Batman is here and has to pick up the ape and hold him above his head to keep him from the bomb from exploding. Then here is another graphic album from AC Comics, Mystery Men. And this is reprints scads of public domain comics from the Golden Age. Here, for example, right in here is Phantom Lady drawn by Matt Baker. Yeah, and the Black Terror, and I don't know with Jerry Robinson and Mort Mesnick, and all kind of, and it also has some articles. I just had it there right now. Text articles in there talking about some of the stories, and of course here's the nice cover featuring the Black Terror. Then we go for on the latter side is Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse, number 10 from 1991, and it is Mickey's Sky Adventure. And this is actually fun. Now, this is a reprint from the Golden Age. Whether it was a comic book or comic strip story, I don't know. I'm not sure. Let's see, get an idea here. And it's because it's got this crazy scientist with a flying car and has a flying platform and everything that's hidden from everybody, and he's supposed to investigate. And it is a fun read. It's kind of wordy, though. And then we go to The Traveler. This is from Boom Comics from 2011, number 10, and it's created by Stan Lee. He did it with Mark Waid, Tom Pear, and Chad Hardin. And I'm not even sure if I read this. If I have, I don't remember it. There's some nice artwork. I can't vouch for the story. That's unusual. Then we have here from Image Comics, 1998. Kiss, yes, the band Kiss. Their Psycho Circus series that they had. It was in conjunction with an album that they released called, and some interesting stuff going on here. I only had a couple of issues. This we'll see some weird stuff, fantasy, science fiction stuff going on in here. And I do want to cover some Kiss stuff at some point because they were associated with comics superhero stuff type stuff, just from their characters. Then here we have Superman number 311 from 1975, was it 77? 77, but, drawn by Kurt Swan, and who was the writer? Martin Pasco. 1977, and of course I've said many times I love Kurt Swan's art, especially on Superman. Almost every page here is with ads. There's you can see double page stuff going on there. And of course this is pre-Crisis on Infinite Earth, and lots of stuff going on there. And here we have a graphic novel. Is The King's Dragon by Scott, I think it's supposed to be pronounced Cantler. And it is, I have stylized it is, and it's from Kids Way. What do they call it? Kids Can Press, and it is intended for juvenile audience. Heavily stylized. It's not all black and white. It's mostly color, but as you can see here, see the stylization. It is fantasy sort, and this makes me think of the Ring Cycle, and it is a fun, interesting graphic novel, and it is part of a series. It says Three Thieves, Book 4. And then we're going to conclude with this big thing. Graphic novels of Terry Pratchett, featuring The Color of Magic and The Light Fantastic. And I forgot who the talent was, if it goes here. And it's illustrated by Stephen Ross and adapted by Scott Rockwell. And so it's, now I've read those books, and there's stuff in here that I don't remember from the books. But a lot of it I do, and but I could just be, because it's been so long since I read it, I could just be remembering that a lot of the stuff that's in here was not in the movies. Now this was originally a British publication. This was from the 90s, 91 and 92 I think it was, and then in 2008 they were combined here in this graphic novel form as a single volume hardback. And if you're not familiar with the Discworld, I'm afraid that it may have contributed. The Discworld novels may have contributed to the rash of flat earthers we have out there these days. And it's a lot of fun. It has nice artwork. You can see, nice artwork, very nicely done. I just do not like. See if I can find it here. I do not like the way they drew Rincewind, the character Rincewind. He's supposed to have a traditional broad-brimmed, pointy hat, wizard type hat. And here he has a stocking cap, and I don't like that at all. But otherwise, it's good fun. So that is all I've got for you this time for my bathroom bookshelf, bunch of comics. So let me know what you think of these bunches of books. This one if you like Discworld or just regular sword and sorcery fantasy, this is the thing, because I love the Discworld. When I first started seeing them in the novels in the 80s at the bookstores, I thought, that looks stupid. Then I read one of the stories, and I loved it, and I've loved it ever since. And I was just sad when Terry Pratchett passed away. So let me know what you think, and give me your comments. Any of these books strike your fancy, let me know in the comments below. So please like, share, and subscribe, and do leave your comments. Ooh, and remember, comics are art.